back, pull up, switch cheese, slam. Ooh. Got the crowd out their seats. One step closer to the big room. Gotta play team ball against Key Show. Been won a championship in.
And going through warm-ups. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Headline for tonight's game, our Allie LaForce. And now the opening lineup for Boston. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Sam Hauser. And it's Garza in at the 5. And here's Brown outside. It's rebounded by New York. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game. They didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
With this being the last game of the season, GB, teams around the league really only have 2 options.
You're right, Kevin. I mean, those lucky enough to be in the playoffs have their eyes set solely on being at their best when that moment comes. For the others, you sort of look around the locker room and try to determine what this room is going to look like next year. Who's here and who is not.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And it's the Celtics ball. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. Right away, we got to talking about Jaylen Brown, and he said he's going to make trouble for us, but with strong coverage and fast rotations, I think he'll do a good job limiting his production. Some confident words from Coach on how they'll slow down Brown's output tonight. Guys?
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Pass to Pritchard. Back to Brown. Now Hauser. And a miss there on the triple. Wilson with it. Picked up by Brown. Anunoby, good.
Well, this is what you call hitting the ground running. 4 shots taken, 4 shots made.
If we look back at when things began to shift for the Knicks, Doris, it started with Jalen Brunson.
Well, I think certainly, Kevin, he is exactly the kind of leader you would want. Is he highly skilled? Of course he is. But he's about the work every day, and he sets the tone for his team.
And he gets the bucket.
Impressive. 5 straight makes. Love the play calling here.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Pritchard. Now Brown. He's guarded by Anunoby. They need this. And it's Brown missing. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
Now here's Brown. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, Brown finds Hauser. Wide, a screen on Brunson. 6 to shoot. Here's Pritchard. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Right side Robinson. Bridges outside. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. Outside, Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And it's 6 points for OG Anunoby.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
That one goes. Count it.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust for the Knicks. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Anunoby. And Miles McBride subbed in for Mikal Bridges. Now here's Brunson. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Shireman, trailing by 10. And Simon's wide open. He'll fire. A three-pointer, no good. Here's New York. They're on a 16-6 run. Down low. And Robinson throws it down.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Shireman. Brown feeling out a bit. Pass to Minot. This one for three. It's rebounded by New York. Runs in the pass to McBride. And stolen by Simon. Here's Brown. Back to Simons. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
Brunson outside. Bucket number three. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Now, here's Simon. Still without a basket.
Oh, gritty inside. Simon's amongst the big bodies.
Now, Brunson. Towns a screen on Simon. On deep, Brunson drops in the tray. Brunson's got 9.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Jalen Brunson has been on display for New York. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back to the action in just a minute. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for New York.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
And the forwards will be Bridges and Hart. Andrew Shamet is out there with Miles McBride. And it's Porty in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jalen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't let it break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, and keep learning from these experiences. Kevin, back to you.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie. Pass to Porty. New York moving the ball around. Bridges, right side. With the fadeaway. Minot pulls it in.
Boy, he'd be the first to tell you that is a shot that we expect him to make.
Here's Simons. Knocks down the step back J.
Timeout.
Simons has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And good work from the mid-range. Simon.
And New York making a change here. Anunoby's checked in. Celtics also with a sub. Shireman's checked in. And there's the call on Miles McBride. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And the Celtics making a change here. Brown's checked in. Pass to White. Here's Keita. Defended by McBride. Simons kicks to White. Boucher the screen. Here's the 3. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from White.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Back to Shamet. On the wing, Anunoby. 6 points for him.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
White, wide open. He fires. Misses that one. His first miss of the night, 2 for 3. And a guy who has a quick release and has distance to his shots. Derek White converts his chances.
You know what, Kev? There's so many things to love about Derek White. He's arguably the greatest shot-blocking guard in the league. He has a knack for making big shots, and the thing that maybe is most impressive is he gets past grenades at the end of a shot clock and has the temperament to stand in and deliver.
And it's Brown missing.
And they continue to control the glass.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's an 11-point New York lead.
That's all grit, Josh Hart. This guy will mix it up on the interior.
White the pass to Boucher. Brown with a screen on Anunoby. Here's Simons. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8. The Knicks leading by 9. Hart with a screen on Simons. Hart, that's good. Hart's got 4 points in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. A different look for New York. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Miles McBride. Then for the Celtics, Garza's checked in. And Sam Hauser subbed in for Chris Boucher. Brunson kicks to Hart. And Boston with the rebound. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, so close in that one, but that's of no solace to the players. They played their hearts out.
You know what? Sometimes you play a great game and lose. What you hope happens, though, is it toughens them up a bit mentally, and they figure out how to close it out next time.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Towns, the screen. Brunson kicks to Towns. That 3 off the mark. Celtics trail by 7. Outside, Simon. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pass to Anunoby. On deep, Brunson. Brunson for 3. Lights the look and drains it.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
Here's Simons. Nifty move. And he lays it up and in. Simons has got 8 here in the quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Hart with a screen on Pritchard. Brunson against Pritchard. And that one's good. Brunson's got 16.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Anunoby outside. Back to Brunson. Screen by Hart. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Knicks shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. That one falls for Brunson.
Jalen Brunson at the line.
And both free throws good for Brunson.
Boy, when you watch this guy shoot free throws, you can see very repeatable motion, and that is what leads to this kind of consistency.
And so it's New York with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Right back after this break.
They've been great on the boards. Once these guys establish the position, it's hard to root them out, yeah, Shaq.
All right, let's switch it over. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game, Kevin Harlan.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Pritchard and White are their guards. Sam Hauser is out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Garza in at the 5, down low. The Knicks leading by 10. Brunson scanning the floor. On the wing, Bridges. Back to Towns. Pass to Brunson. Off target from three-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pritchard finds White. And people, Doris, talk about the right time for a team to go all in. What goes into that decision, do you think?
Well, first and foremost, if you are having a high measure of success, it becomes about how do we sustain this roster to not miss the window to compete for championships. If you're talented and you're winning, how do you do the best you can to sustain that kind of success?
Celtics trail by 12. Pass to Pritchard. Over in the corner, Brown. Now, Hauser. Celtics passing it around. Outside, White. From deep. Garza. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. To the inside. Here's Robinson, and it's Robinson with the jam.
You love the effort Brunson puts into creating for others, working to make sure the defense is manipulated there.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, guys. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Back over to you, Kevin.
Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. And GA, you look at all these great European players. Some saying that youth development in the U.S. could emulate aspects of what they're doing overseas in their system.
Well, it's already going in that direction. Youngsters able to, in essence, go pro from their early teens. But the academies they've set up over there, they are, no doubt, intriguing.
The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
On the wing, Brown. He's guarded by Anunoby. Pritchard passes to White. Count the basket. White's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Derek White, tremendous finisher in the painted area. Just drops it in softly.
Brunson against Pritchard. Towns wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 6 assists in the game. Pass to Garza. Now here's White. White is double. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Shot clock at 6. And White kicks to Brown. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Back to Brunson. Brunson barreling in. And it's good. 2 points. Brunson's got 22 points.
Well, dependability, right? That is not wasting possessions. This is all about taking and making good shots.
Here's Brown. Yep, that one goes. Brown's got his first points of the night.
Well, good things happen for this team when Jaylen Brown gets into the paint. So efficient inside.
No doubt, Jaylen Brown is one of the most gifted isolation scorers in the league right now, Doris.
He is one of those guys, Kevin, that you do not want to be defending on an island. Jaylen Brown is an elite athlete, but he is also a 3-level scorer, which makes him almost impossible to handle.
White dishes to Brown. Sweet touch inside from Brown.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Miles McBride's checked in for the Knicks. On the wing, Bridges. Back to Brunson. Pass to McBride. Brunson kicks to Towns. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson. 12 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Now, Towns has said he believes he's the greatest shooting big ever. That's how confident he is.
And here is Brown. Here's Simons. To the middle. Here's Queta. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And this is something Simons has been improving on, creating openings for his teammates.
In the corner, it's Robinson. Towns down low. Here's McBride. The offensive rebound. And stolen by Simons. Pass to Shireman. Basket good. Shireman's got his first bucket in this one.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Boy, when these bigs like Karl Anthony Towns show off that power, you've got to love it.
Simons surveying the D. Shoots over Brunson, and it's Simons missing.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Oh, one of Jalen Brunson's specialties, the and one, just being aggressive.
The Knicks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
Here's Simons. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead by 14. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the
time is running out for this game to become competitive. Party's out there with Ananobi. Then there's Towns. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's McBride in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. To the paint. And stolen by Ananobi. Stops. Pops. And he can't bank that one in. Celtics trail by 16. Over in the corner. White bangs home the trifecta.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Towns, a screen on Simon. Outside, Towns. Anunoby passes to Shamet. New York moving the ball around. Towns sets the pick for Hart. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Miles McBride.
Jordan Clarkson.
The Celtics shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Pass to Boucher. Shot clock at 5. And it's White missing.
Boy, taking what's there. Very good shot selection, just not the result you hope for.
Shamet, the pass to Anunoby. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, just absolutely superb concentration by OG Anunoby. Fends off the defense well right there.
The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in, and a change for the Celtics. Brown's checked in. Brown kicks to White. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 14. Pass to Brown. Here's Queta, guarded by Robinson. Outside, Simons. Shoots over Shamet. And it's Simons missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Towns finds Anunoby. Clarkson for three. Offensive rebound. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
And I'll tell you, this is the last thing you want to see.
I just feel so bad for him. What he's going through right now, you just have to hope and pray that it's not too serious.
Bridges, he's checked in for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Landry Shamet. The Celtics also changing it up. Garza's checked in, and Sam Hauser subbed in for Chris Boucher. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie. White. And yeah, it's good.
Sometimes you anticipate that contact is coming and you have to take it. Nice job by White to hang in there.
Brunson, and down goes the three.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there'll be more in store.
White against Bridges, and it's off. New York leading by 15. Towns, a screen on Pritchard. Pritchard against Brunson. Lets loose a three. Rebounded by Brown. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's White. Rebounded by Anunoby. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Towns outside. Outside, Anunoby puts up the three. It's good.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Here's White. Now Pritchard. Here's Garza. Guarded by Robinson. Does not go. The Knicks leading by 18.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for New York.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And on the season, this is going to be their third win in 4 games against this team.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jalen Brunson.
You love this guy's confidence. He believes every shot is going in, and boy, a whole lot of them did.
Back to Pritchard. Outside, White to stop the drought. It's rebounded by Anunoby. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Brown the pass to Garza. Buries the deep ball.
Jaylen Brown has improved as a setup guy. That pass was on time and on target.
Brunson. He's off from 3. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.